We have been hearing from many of our viewers about the presidential election. One person wrote in to the point saying, I enjoy your to the point presentations and appreciate that you show different sides of every situation. I see a lot of media coverage about Biden, but question why no one is reporting Trump's comments. Please explain to the American people what Project 2025 is all about. We also had another viewer that wrote in saying, please stop the Biden bashing. Please cover Project 2025. Well, we heard you. So tonight, ABC 10's Becca Habegger is explaining what Project 2025 is and where it came from.
What is Project 2025? Well, basically, it's a 900-plus page plan to overhaul the U.S. government, meant as a roadmap for the next conservative president. It was developed by the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, as something for Trump to consider, though we should point out Trump has stated publicly he is not directly connected to this plan. More on that soon. Project 2025 has four so-called pillars: policy, personnel, training, and a playbook for the first 180 days of the next administration to be written later. Now, the policy recommendation reads like a conservative wish list. They address immigration, including a border wall. While they don't ban abortion, they do call for taking mifepristone, the so-called abortion pill, off the market, among other abortion-limiting measures. The policy also calls for stronger military, removing diversity initiatives from the Pentagon and reinstating service members who were kicked out for not getting the COVID vaccine. It addresses tax and education policy, overall aiming to defeat what it calls the woke agenda. Here's the president of the Heritage Foundation on Fox News this week.
We are, if President Trump wins and he elects to use some of the plans of Project 2025, again, totally his choice, we are going to close the border as a country. We're also absolutely going to end the Department of Education if President Trump means what he says, and I believe he does, about that.
The personnel section is where the big changes come in. Project 2025 would reclassify as many as 50,000 federal workers as political appointees, essentially at-will workers who could all be fired on day one of a Republican president's term. Now, in their place, the plan calls for an army of loyal conservatives, and it creates a presidential personnel database of approved people. Now, there's also a training program for prospective political appointees called the Presidential Administration Academy. It's free, and most classes are between 30 and 90 minutes, aiming to educate people on how to be government employees. So, who is behind Project 2025? Well, the Conservative Heritage Foundation lists three people as in charge of the project. All former Trump administration officials, and some authors of the plan are also former Trump officials. So what does Trump say about all of this? Well, last Friday on Truth Social, he wrote, I know nothing about Project 2025. I have no idea who is behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. President Biden has made this a big issue in recent days, saying Trump is, quote, trying to hide his connections to his allies' extreme Project 2025 agenda. The only problem, it was written for him by those closest to him. Project 2025 should scare every single American. Okay, so keep in mind, as of now, this is only a plan drawn up by a think tank. It's not a law. It's not a bill. It's not even an official Republican Party plan. And if most of this was put into effect, it would almost certainly face immediate legal challenges.